Dennis Brain was the most famous, the most accomplished horn player of post-war generation in this country. And he joined the Philharmonia Orchestra when it was established by Walter Legg after the war. The orchestra was formed of absolutely the creme de la creme of British musicians of the day. And the most prominent of those was Dennis Brain. And he established the horn section of the Philharmonia as being absolutely peerless.
And he was actually principal horn in not New York and not Vienna, not Berlin and not the London Symphony, but actually in the Philharmonia Orchestra. So it is quite something that there is that history and tradition, and it's amazing that Lawrence is now principal horn here as well. It's fantastic that there is that association. It's fantastic for the orchestra, in fact.
We're incredibly lucky in the Philharmonia to have musicians who are also composers, and Tim is one of the very finest amongst them. So we felt in the context of this special programme that it would be a great opportunity to commission Tim to write something that's not only a display piece for the horn, but also works in terms of educational dimension as well.
Well, the plan as it stands at the moment is to try to get 4 music college students, one from each of the London colleges, so the Royal Academy, the Royal College, Guildhall and Trinity, to come together for the first time to make a brand new section.
I don't think I've ever taken part in a masterclass of where it's not just been you playing a solo piece, so that would be quite interesting. And
to talk with them about all kinds of issues, about playing a horn, not as a soloist, but specifically within a section.
It would be a good experience, because often you turn up to do a concert or something and you'll sit down and there'll be horn players around you that haven't necessarily ever played with before.
I mean, you do get people come in that we've had on trial, for instance, for third horn jobs that are completely out of the question, or fourth horn something. I mean, because they have no idea how to play in a section.
I think that's one of the most important things, being able to just slot in and find your place.
Things like tuning and knowing where you are in a chord, and things that I'm not very good at.
I mean, ideally you're looking to match sound, you're looking for perfect ensemble, and you're looking for perfect dynamics, matched dynamics and a matched sound.
I think it's more about that, actually, playing as a section and working out how to play together. I think that's going to be the idea of what someone can learn from this, hopefully. I think that's the idea of doing a masterclass.
Be useful for us as well.
It will, actually, yeah. It certainly will.
The horn is, for me at any rate, at the heart of the orchestra. If you've got a great horn section, you are going to have a great orchestra. It somehow makes you stand apart.
We were given 2 movements in advance to look at and learn and have a look through. The third one we had to sight read today, but that was towards the middle of the rehearsal, so by then we'd already slotted in. Clam feet weren't nervous anymore, probably, or not, and we could sight read a lot easier because you know everyone around you is really concentrating, really focusing, and you know the pros are pretty much going to play it right first time anyway. So there's kind of more pressure on you to really nail every accent, every detail, you know. Yeah, we played through little sections of the piece, trying to work things out with the solo horns and with us, and getting it to fit together, and then ran the piece.
So do you think they all rose to the challenge?
Absolutely, all 4 of them were brilliant. And it was interesting as well seeing how their own playing adapted. The very first few things that we did, it was definitely 4 individual players. And gradually they became more of a unit. And in fact, what was really interesting was watching the way that their sounds started to blend more. Obviously, as a musician, your own sound is your most personal thing. And playing as a soloist, you can please yourself. Of course, as soon as you start playing in a section, you have to start to adapt that sound to what's going on around you. And possibly more so with the horn than other instruments, because there are so many different ways of holding the instrument, of mouthpiece size, of type of instrument, that can affect the sound. And to have 4 students from 4 different colleges, 4 different teachers, 4 different ways of playing, to suddenly have to produce a unanimous sound, I was really pleased with how quickly they adapted into that.
This concert's really unmissable. It's special for us because it's a special anniversary celebrating this country's greatest horn player, to which we owe so much. It's the Philharmonia horn section, which is second to none in the world. It's a new commission by one of our most gifted composers. It's a fantastic programme. You've just got to be there.